Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. And today I want to talk about the MiSTer Multisystem 2 because this is something that was available for pre-order a few months ago. It began shipping in August, which was last month, and quite a few people have actually received their units. I want to say I don't personally have one of these, so everything that I'm sharing with you is based on other people's experiences and not my own. So initially there's a couple of friends of mine that pre-ordered this. They've received their units and I've asked them, look, what do you think of it? Do you like it? Are there any issues? But in a nutshell, they are happy with their purchase. I don't actually know anyone that bought the digital version. Everyone I know bought the more expensive analog version, and yeah, they are happy with it. So let's have a kind of look at this. So also want to point out that if you look at the MiSTer Multisystem 1, when that was sold with a original DE10 Nano in there, you're talking around, I think it was like £580 or something, but definitely let's just say £500 plus. So $600 if you wanted to get one that's fully set up. I mean, it's got a DE10 Nano, it's got an IO board, it's got a USB hub, it's got everything, it's just ready to go. It's just plug and play. So when the MiSTer Multisystem 2 came out and it was teased that they're going to be making it, we were kind of thinking it might be around the same price, right? Which would have been a difficult sell, a hard sell, because you had the alternatives like the QM Tech and Taki Udon or Retro Remakes MiSTer Pi. But this is where these guys came in. They didn't exactly beat the price of the MiSTer Pi or the QM Tech, but they came closer to it than any other vendor out there. There are other MiSTer sellers on the market, but they didn't actually get their own alternative board made. So they're still using original DE10 Nanos. It means when they are selling a full MiSTer kit, they can't bring the cost of it down, or whatever cost they can bring down, they have to factor in the price of an original DE10 Nano, which makes a full bundle something that you can buy and just start running very, very expensive. So this is where Hervieux came in with the Multisystem 2, and let's have a look at the prices because I do have the pages open here. But here you go, you got a digital version and you got an analog version here. So some good stuff in there. But let's have a look at the prices. So if we have a look at the prices, the MiSTer Multisystem analog console system, I'm going to talk prices ex VAT, right? Because taxes are going to be different depending on where you're purchasing this from. For us in the UK, it's 20%. So for me with taxes, it's £252 and delivery is like £5 or £6. So we're talking £260 delivered for the analog version, final price for me in the UK. However, different places, different tax rates. Some places may not even get taxed. I don't know. Different rules for different countries. So that's £210, which roughly comes out to maybe $260, just off the top of my head. Then if you're not gonna, if you don't have an analog display or you don't intend to use it with one, you've got the digital version, which is HDMI only, and that's £204 with that. Sorry, I said I was going to do it without. £170, which roughly comes out to maybe $210 or so. Now with this, you've got like different accessories for it. So you've got this like folding thing in here where you can put in a screen, an 8.9 or an 8 to 10 inch screen, or can't remember exactly the size actually, a 8.9 LCD enclosure kit. Right, okay, so I guess 8.9 is the maximum size. So you can get yourself a screen isn't included, and you can put it in there and make yourself like a sandwich kind of laptop MiSTer system that you can take out and about with you. Now, one kind of issue with this that the community complained about, but the makers did actually listen, were the snack adapters. They were pretty proprietary in the form of cartridges, and you know, if you have to buy each one, it's $24.99 before tax. So if you're running like 6 systems on there, that's like an additional £150 plus your taxes on there. However, Hervieux have said that they're going to make like one cartridge that will let you use different adapters on there. So you've got one kind of universal adapter that goes in there, and into that you can plug your other snack adapters, because a lot of people may already have a MiSTer. They may already have these original snack adapters that are lying about there. They don't want to deem them useless. They want to use it with that. So I don't think that attachment is actually out yet. Maybe that's something that will come out soonish. But for now, if you did want to play with play using snack, you would have to buy their proprietary designed adapters. So at least that's that for now. So maybe not the cheapest thing out there for snack at this moment in time compared to a different MiSTer setup. However, you know, if I haven't said it before in this video, because I've done a few takes, yeah, the other vendors just weren't able to bring their price down. So these guys have brought the price down, not exactly competing with the Chinese companies out there, but hey, you know, for something that's non-Chinese. They're definitely the cheapest alternative DE10 Nano, which is the board, which is the heart and the soul of the MiSTerFPGA project. It's definitely the cheaper one outside of China, Chinese produced boards, right? But what I wanted to have a look here was this post over here from Nico Fever. Now, I had a look at the user account. They've been posting on Reddit for like 14 or 15 years. They've got lots and lots of different posts out there. So I've got no reason to believe that this is Herber or an associate or a friend of Herber that's actually posted this out as a plug. You know, stranger things have happened, but I've got no reason to believe that. So I'm going to take this at face value as a customer that bought a MiSTer Multisystem2. So Nico Forever, I thank you very much for doing an excellent post. That's just so great to look into a video. If you do watch this video, then definitely comment below, and I thank you very much for this. So MiSTer Multisystem2 impressions. So my Multisystem2 arrived a few days ago, so I thought I'd take some pics and put together some impressions for the curious. For context, I have some experience with FPGA gaming through Analog Pocket, but this is my first time using MiSTer. I'm sure some of the comments on setup, etc., therefore are MiSTer features rather than specific to this, but I'll share my experience nonetheless. And you know what, it's a good read, this post, especially if you want to get into MiSTer, you want to know more about the MiSTer Multisystem2, or even like the MiSTer in general to some extent. It's a good post. A lot of time and effort has gone into writing this. So there's a cheaper HDMI only version, but this is the analog one, which adds various analog outputs, obviously Ethernet, optical and 3.5 audio out, and a new future expansion options, and a few future expansion options. I plan to get a CRT screen, but for now my testing has been limited to the HDMI output. Nico, if you're watching this, try the filters on there. The filters are really, really good. I really like them. I'm very, very happy with them. So you should try using them. But here you go. It looks good. And you can see where it's 3D printed. It's got that kind of, I've had some stuff 3D printed and it's got that kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's got that kind of look on there. So there's controllers in there for scale. So you can see there's not a massively big thing, but you've got an M30, great controller, by the way, another 8-bit DOL one and an original N64 one there. Okay, so the 3D case is printed, so the usual caveats apply there, but overall it's nicely put together and feels quite substantial. I kind of like the 80s, 90s console look, but I know it's divisive. And that is, some people like it, some people dislike it. I mean, in my bedroom, I wouldn't want it in my little setup. I wouldn't mind it in my front room with all my other consoles, for example. So, you know, it's up to you. We've got choices, and if this is the choice that you want, like the form factor, something that looks like, I don't know, like Darth Vader's console that he played on, like the Death Star before blowing up Princess Leia's planet. There you go. That's the front over there, and that's the front. Okay, port. Okay, so ports on the analog version, you can see all the ports down here, back here, USB, Ethernet, VGA, and the rest of them over there. And at the front, you've got 4 USB ports, which is really cool. Kind of remind you, if you just want to play 4-player with 4 USBs, the ports are at the front. A big feature of this is a full-time SD card slot, which is really funny because I can see that's an adapter with a micro SD card in there. Even so, that's easy to take out. Your buttons over here that your normal MiSTer has, and a power switch. So good stuff there. So over here, 2 side panels can be lifted out by removing a single screw to give access to various headers and expansion ports that mean very little to me at this stage. So there you go, future expandability. And I think if we remember when they were testing out running Game Boy carts, it was running out potentially of the side panel. If I remember correctly, I forget a lot of stuff. Left side note, the USB port there can be accessed from underneath, so you can stick a small Wi-Fi BT or Bluetooth dongle in there without using up one of the front or rear ports. Okay, that's interesting. If you've got one of those tiny ones, or like an RF mouse or something, or RF keyboard mouse combo, you can stick those in there. So setup for this was very straightforward. I just flashed MiSTer Fusion to an SD card, put it in the front slot, turned it on, and in a few minutes it was ready to go. I put Bluetooth and Wi-Fi dongles into the rear USB ports, and I tried various controllers that I've got about the place, and all worked out of the box. And that's something that's really great about the MiSTer. There you go, that's the controllers that they tried there. Everything just freaking works on it, man. It's one of the reasons I really like the damn device. I don't think I found a controller out of like the dozens I have. Honestly, I have a lot of controllers that I haven't found a controller yet that doesn't work. Okay, so looking at this over here, since I find N64 games on non-N64 controllers hit or miss. Okay, so without getting into that yet, they find it. So they've got themselves a snack adapter, and here you go. They're running it down there. Like I said, proprietary at the moment, but they went with that one. Hopefully, the cartridge that would let you use your existing ones for people that already have a MiSTer and snack adapters will be out soon. If you got more info on that, definitely let me know. I definitely heard them talk about that. So that's really, really cool there. So let's kind of read the conclusion here before we end the video. So there's something pleasing about slotting a cartridge into the top of a retro console. So I really like this system, and it worked flawlessly in the N64 core. So that's really cool over here, because we heard recently there was some clones of the QM Tech alternative that used cheaper components, and the N64 and the PlayStation core, well, they malfunctioned or they didn't have sound. There was issues with them. Good to hear there's no issues here. Over here continues, I'm still tempted by the 8-bit though 64. You're right there, buddy. So am I. Whenever I go on Amazon UK, I don't know if they're there. I search for them, they don't show up. So hopefully they will at some point, and I'll grab one as well. But that's more down to the years of not being kind to the N64 sticks, and not the fault of this. Okay, so overall, I'm very impressed. I've been playing a wide variety of stuff, mainly Saturn, N64 and arcade. I love Saturn and arcade. N64 I like somewhat, but Saturn and arcade, love it. And really like having a platform as powerful as MiSTer in a consoleized format. So there you go, guys. This is from a customer that's posted it on Reddit. And like I said, I've got no reason to believe anything else over here, based on the fact that a couple of my friends actually have this, and they've kind of come to the same conclusion. But this Reddit post was just put together really nicely, so I thought I'd mention it in a video. So if you do want to get yourself a MiSTer Multisystem 2, I know the guys are working through pre-orders of them, so if you do order one, it's not an instant purchase. You will have to wait some time, might be a month, might be 2 months, but they are going through the orders chronologically, sequentially, to when you ordered it, that's when it gets delivered wherever you are in the world. But obviously if you're in the UK, once it does dispatch, you should be able to get it quickly. I guess that's an advantage of having a UK company make this. But anyway, guys, do let me know what you think. If you've got a Multisystem 2, MiSTer Multisystem 2, do you agree with this? Everything here, is it dandy as candy, or have found some flaws with it? Honestly, everything I've heard, whether it's critics or whether it's customers, has only been positive so far. So the MiSTer is king. It's in many, many different form factors. And yeah, that's it, guys. Be freaking awesome to one another. Any feedback, any comments, share them down below. Nico Fever, thank you very much for making this excellent post. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.